Australia and Israel are readying to remember the stockmen, station hands, ringers and jackaroos who 100 years ago, rode their own horses in the world's last cavalry charge at Beersheba. Under tight security, Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull and his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu will join 2,000 members of the public, including direct descendants of the charge, at Beersheba War Cemetery to commemorate the October 31, 1917 charge, which has been immortalized in 2 films. More than 1,350 Australians died in Middle East campaigns of the First World War, Mr Turnbull said in a joint statement with Minister for Veterans Affairs Dan Tehan. The Battle of Beersheba is remembered as the last great cavalry charge in military history, with 800 Australians from the 4th and 12th Light Horse Regiments capturing more than 700 Turkish soldiers. Australia suffered 31 deaths and 70 horses were killed, while 36 soldiers were wounded. In one of the great cavalry charges, the Australian light horse attacked the enemy lines defending the town of Beersheba, in what is now Israel, Mr Turnbull said. The capture of Beersheba led to an opening in the Turkish flank that enabled Allied forces to break the Ottoman line near Gaza on November 7 and advance further into Palestine. Labour leader Bill Shorten, who is also in Israel to attend the commemorations, saluted the soldiers' courage and sacrifice. Stockmen, station hands, ringers and jackaroos, riding on their own horses, mounted the last great cavalry charge in military history, he said. In a conflict so often characterized by stalemates and false dawns, this was a decisive victory that recast the campaign in the Middle East. Cabinet Ministers Tehan and Josh Frydenberg, Labour MPs Mark Dreyfus and Warren Snowdon and New Zealand Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy will also attend the joint Australian and New Zealand ceremony. There will also be a Turkish soldiers' memorial ceremony, a New Zealand ceremony, a reenactment of the charge of the light horse followed by a more solemn service at the Park of the Australian Soldier. The reenactment will see 100 men and women ride out in replica uniforms and is part of the Australian Light Horse Association tour that has been following the steps of those long ago troopers through Turkey, Egypt, Jordan and Israel. The event has drawn direct descendants of light horsemen, grandchildren, great-nieces and nephews, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, as well as other Australians who are passionate about the light horse and that time in history. AAP